Now what we're not gonna do is pretend that blurry lips is a brand new trend. The blurry lip trend has been a beauty routine staple in the K-beauty space for years, but it's never really stuck in the US, and that's not for lack of trying. There have been several product launches that have catered to this type of lip look, but I don't know, it's just never really made its way into mainstream beauty trends here, in my opinion. But over the past year, I've noticed a lot of drugstore brands here in the US trying again with this blurry lip trend, and today I'm gonna be testing out the new Hard Candy Lip Blur lipsticks. I have all 5 shades to try on today, and I will be doing a wear test. Let's get into it, but first, if you're new here, hi, my name is Miranda. This channel is dedicated to budget beauty. If that sounds like your vibe, hit subscribe. Hard Candy says that these are supposed to give a lived-in color. They are described as a soft matte lipstick, and they're infused with hydrating shea butter, soothing grapeseed oil, and nourishing avocado oil. Really, the only main claim that they make is that these are supposed to be comfortable. On the Walmart page, it does have long-lasting listed as one of the features, but the brand doesn't make any hard and fast wear time claims. These Hard Candy lip blurs have a rounded lipstick tip on one side and a blotting sponge on the other. These remind me so much of another lip blur product that we got from Maybelline, I wanna say like 10 years ago. Yeah, does anyone else remember these? The color blurs from Maybelline, they looked exactly like this. I have a visceral sense memory of blurring the color out with the sponge. This first shade is Smitten. Ooh, okay. Definitely gliding on really easily. I like this color too. I feel like I can kind of just get that blurred look by just mushing my lips together. A lot of pigment on just the top lip swipe that came down to the bottom when I pressed my lips together. It feels very smooth. I haven't looked at the ingredients yet, but I'm gonna guess that similarly to the other blurring type lipsticks that have come out recently, I have a feeling that this is full of dimethicone. That's a really pretty, kind of deeper nude actually, at least on my skin tone. So here's the pigmentation, pretty impressed to start. Okay, wait, hold on. These are perfumed. Oh wow, it is, no, it's not my lotion, it's a lipstick. It is very scented. It's almost like a candy floral scent. Not my favorite, but it's not horrible. I'm hoping that it'll wear off. Okay, let's try blotting this color. Now, typically when I've seen a blurred lip, it's really the edges that are blurred. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go over my lip line a bit. This is just such the antithesis to the type of lip look that was popular when I started getting into makeup, which is that super defined lip. But I like it. I feel like we're taking a lean into a softer, less defined makeup technique all over this year. Now, the only thing about this sponge, like it feels soft, but it is a little bit stiff, I guess you could say. And I feel like as I was blurring out the edges, I kind of took off a little bit of my foundation in this area. So maybe that's just a learning curve. Maybe I need to pat versus swipe. I have to get used to it because I'm so used to a defined lip line. You know what? I want to try again because looking at how other people achieve this blurry lip look, I feel like I'm supposed to start by almost underlining my lips and then blurring it out to my lip line versus blurring it outside of my lip line. You know what I mean? It's actually giving my lips kind of a plumper appearance versus overlining them with a harsh line. Did I just discover why this is a trend? This formula is working really well with my lip texture as well. Y'all know that I struggle with dry lips, and this doesn't seem to be catching on any of my lip texture. So this is Smitten. This next shade looks more like a rosy nude. It's called Adore. Yeah, it's actually kind of surprising how pigmented they look and smoothly they apply. Oh, I forgot to check the ingredients. I'll do that after this shade. Oh, this shade's right up my alley. I love it. I kind of wish that the sponge was like a silicone applicator versus this sponge. You know, something I could like wipe off. I really like this. And with all of those like oils and the shea butter, it feels good too. It doesn't feel sticky at all. And it gives you that soft matte look without feeling matte. All right, here's Adore. Okay, let's look at these ingredients. So dimethicone is indeed the second ingredient, and then 2 more down is synthetic wax, microcrystalline wax, and then dimethicone polymer. So definitely a silicone-heavy lip product. But I'll be honest, so far in these first couple shades, it looks better than some other dimethicone-heavy lip products that are supposed to give this blurring effect, like the Wet n Wild lipsticks that came out last year and the Maybelline Teddy Tints that just came out. Those I felt like did not play well with my natural lip lines and texture, because in case this is the first video of mine you've landed on, I've never gotten lip filler, I've never gotten face filler, and I feel like so many lip specific launches lately have been modeled mostly on filled lips, and then you go and put them on natural lips and you're like, this isn't what this is supposed to look like. So far this formula is playing well with natural lips. So this next shade, I'm super excited, is Swept Away. It looks like a hot pink. Ooh, okay, it's a lot more subtle than I think the packaging makes it seem. It's more of a petal pink, especially once you start blurring it. Although I guess you could wear any of these without blurring them. I do wonder how they'd perform differently though. Because the thing with dimethicone heavy lip products is that they don't quite sink into the skin. So if you just keep like layering and layering the color and then leave it alone, it will have a tendency to slip around. I've noticed that with other silicone-y lippies. I gotta say, I was intimidated by this shade, but it's really pretty once you blur it out. One thing that I particularly want to give this formula its flowers for is that now that we're kind of moving into these louder shades, it's not catching on my chapped lip spots. One of the main problems that I had with the Wet n Wild Blur Matte Lipstick that came out last year was that it really clung to every little texture that wasn't perfectly smooth on my lips, which was a lot of it. And with this shade, I can see a little bit more of my texture than the previous 2 more neutral shades, but it doesn't look bad and it doesn't stand out. It's something that I'm really looking for. For the most part, when you blur this, it really does kind of smooth over everything. Okay, this was Swept Away. Next, we have a bright red. This is called Secret Crush. A little nervous with the red. I feel like blurry red can give Joker really quickly. I'm really gonna try to keep that concentrated toward the middle of my lips and try my best not to overline. Wow, I feel like this one's shearing out the most when I go in with the sponge, which maybe was on purpose because, like I said, a smudgy red can be kind of hard to pull off. So being able to blend it out really sheer is helpful. Yeah, I really do think that this blurry lip look in general kind of gives a youthful effect to the lips. Okay, I feel like I overdid it a little bit on this side, but for the most part, I got it. I kind of like the effect where after I've blended it out, I go back in to the very center and just add a little bit more color. Kind of strengthen that gradient look. Yeah, I'm into it. I'm into it much more than I thought I would be because I've grown up and just had it solidified in my mind that I should really carve out my lip line and, you know, have it be sharp and defined. Or maybe it's because so many lip blur products haven't worked for me in the past that I just thought this trend wasn't for me. And now I'm like, no, I can get it. I can get it to work. And even in this bright red shade, it's not accentuating any of my texture or lines more than they already are. If anything, they just look kind of blurred. So this was Secret Crush. And finally, the 5th shade is Honeymoon, which looks like a beautiful reddish plum. More like a berry plum. Now again with this one, I'm gonna try to be conservative with the color. Don't wanna spread it too much. I think I've got the technique down though. I thought that this whole blurring thing was gonna look better on the neutral shades versus the brighter or deeper shades, but I actually think I prefer it with the pink, the red, and the plum. Maybe because you can just get the full effect better when you see it more dramatically. You know, I feel like this one got away from me just a little bit. It spread a bit further than I intended to on this side. Okay, so learning that because the edges are meant to be blurry anyway, if you feel like it's gotten away from you, you can take your foundation sponge and just tap a little bit at the edges to clean it up a bit, and you maintain that blurred appearance. And if anything, it kind of helps blend it out a bit. Now this is the only shade where I do feel like I can slightly see a little bit of the color bunching in my deepest lip lines, probably because it's the deepest color, so it's going to be more noticeable, but it's not very prominent. I'm really up close looking for it, and I just see it's a tiny, tiny bit of product settling there, but really nothing to be up in arms about. I really want to get that gradient look with this deep shade. It's so pretty. And that was the shade Honeymoon. Now we'll get into the wear test in just a second, but my very first impression of the new Hard Candy Lip Blur lipsticks is I'm pleasantly surprised. In fact, at this point, just having applied all the shades, I would go as far as to say that these are the only blurry lip colors that actually look good on me from the drugstore. And right now, my lips feel really good. And the thing about dimethicone lipsticks is that, it feels really soft and smooth on the lips, but dimethicone by itself isn't adding a lot of moisture or hydration. If anything, it's holding in the moisture you already have on your lips. But with these also having those oils and the shea butter in the formula, there is nourishing going on under the dimethicone. Now you may be asking, can't you do this trend with a normal lipstick and your fingers? Yeah, but I think it'll be a lot easier to do it with a formula that's designed to be blended out versus a super pigmented lipstick that you have in your collection that just kind of spreads and spreads and spreads because it's meant to just be really pigmented in one place. But the most important question, of course, is will this Lip Blur lipstick stay looking and feeling great all day? Let's get into the wear test. For this wear test, I went with the shade Honeymoon because I figured we'd really be able to gauge how it wore with one of the bolder shades. I kept the color stronger toward the middle of my lips and blurred out the edges. I've got the technique down now and I love the look. So I finished my makeup just past 8 a.m. before having friends over for breakfast, and I did notice as I sipped on my coffee that there was some transfer coming off onto my mug. I ate a bagel with sausage and an orange, and by early afternoon I saw a lot of fading. This is definitely going to be a lipstick that you'll have to touch up throughout the day if you want to maintain the look. Once it was faded to this point though, it did remain transfer proof with the little amount of color left over. Another few hours and one more meal later, not a whole lot of change from the last check-in. I do wish that these lasted longer, but they're still the only drugstore blurry lip product that I've tried that feels comfortable all day. It never felt sticky or dry. I just wish it wasn't such a trade-off though. So what do you think of the blurry lip color trend? Have you tried it? What did you use? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks so much for spending time with me today. If you want to keep watching, join me over in this video next where I recreate the makeup look I wore to the Grammy Awards with products under $15. I'll see you over there. Bye!